Wednesday, the 8th of January 2025. First reading. Reading from the first book of John. Beloved, if God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. No one has ever seen God. If we love one another, God abides in us, and his love is perfected in us. By this we know that we abide in him, and he in us, because he has given us of his Spirit. And we have seen and testified that the Father has sent his Son to be the Savior of the world. Whoever confesses that Jesus is the Son of God, God abides in him, and he in God. So we have come to know and to believe the love that God has for us. God is love, and whoever abides in love abides in God, and God abides in him. By this is love perfected with us, so that we may have confidence for the day of judgment. Because as he is, so also are we in this world. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. For fear has to do with punishment, and whoever fears has not been perfected in love. Responsorial Psalm. All the nations on earth shall fall prostrate before you, O Lord. O God, give your judgment to the king, to a king's son your justice, that he may judge your people in justice, and your poor in right judgment. All the nations on earth shall fall prostrate before you, O Lord. The kings of Tarshish and the islands shall pay him tribute. The kings of Sheba and Seba shall bring him gifts. Before him all kings shall fall prostrate, all nations shall serve him. All the nations on earth shall fall prostrate before you, O Lord. For he shall rescue the needy when they cry. The poor who have no one to help, he will have pity on the weak and the needy and save the lives of the needy. The poor who have no one to help, he will have pity on the weak and the needy and save the lives of the needy. All the nations on earth shall fall prostrate before you, O Lord. Gospel acclamation. Alleluia, alleluia. Glory to you, O Christ, proclaimed among the nations. Glory to you, O Christ, believed on in the world. Glory to you, O Christ, believed on in the world. Alleluia. Gospel. Reading from the book of Mark. After the 5,000 had eaten and were satisfied, immediately Jesus made his disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side, to Bethsaida, while he dismissed the crowd. And after he had taken leave of them, he went up on the mountain to pray. And when evening came, the boat was out on the sea, and he was alone on the land. And he saw that they were making headway painfully, for the wind was against them. And about the 4th watch of the night he came to them, walking on the sea. He meant to pass by them, but when they saw him walking on the sea, they thought it was a ghost. Cried out, for they all saw him and were terrified. But immediately he spoke to them and said, Take heart, it is I. Do not be afraid. And he got into the boat with them, and the wind ceased. And they were utterly astounded, for they did not understand about the loaves, but their hearts were hardened. Gospel of the Lord.